Hey everyone, welcome to my channel, Dolls for Dolls. This is Jessica, and today I have a very special guest with me, my lovely mother, Julie.
Hello.
Today I have asked her to come up here so she can review her most favorite doll in the whole world.
The 1976 Mego Wonder Woman doll.
So before we show the Wonder Woman doll, I wanted Mama to give y'all a little backstory on how she got her when she was a little girl and all of that stuff.
So I got her that year for Christmas, 1976. She was released in June of that year, and I just had to have her. I loved Wonder Woman. I always loved watching the series on TV, and I used to pretend like I was Wonder Woman, and I just had to have her. That's just how it was. So back then, we would get the Sears and Roebuck catalog, you know, the Christmas wish book. That was the big deal, you know, come November, kids would be looking through the toys, and I just couldn't wait to get the catalog, and she was in there. And so I went to my mom and I said, Mom, can I have her for Christmas? You know, she said, well, you'd have to tell Santa Claus. And so that's what I did. I went to the mall, sat on Santa's knee, and asked for that Wonder Woman doll. And on Christmas morning, there she was. And I was just so excited. And like Jessica said, she was my favorite doll out of all of the Barbies that I had. And I actually used to pretend that she was the mother of all of the Barbies that I had. And so I just had such a good time. My best friend and I would play with our Barbies, and she would just always be in the role of mom. That was what was decided, you know, and of course I had to play that part with my friend. But yeah, she's always been my favorite doll. I played with her so much that, you know, her feet came off, and that was one of the things about the Mego doll back then. They had several versions of the Wonder Woman doll, but I know this particular version, they had trouble with the hands and the feet. They would just pop off. And so I got my dad to glue them back on, you know, several times, but it just ended up where she was footless. Like I said, I played with her so much, and she also came with the uniform. You know, you could dress her as Diana Prince, and she came with that outfit, and of course, you know, turning her into Wonder Woman was always the big deal. But she this particular one had her superhero suit painted onto the body, and I really liked that because the next versions put her in a tank top, and it just wasn't the same to me. So she is definitely my favorite version. When I got married, we moved around a lot, and much to my sorrow, my Wonder Woman doll got lost in one of those moves, and I always wanted her back, and that's where you come in, Jess.
Yes, I always told Mama that, first of all, I knew she wanted her, and I was always wanting to see how she looked in person too, because Mama would always talk about how much fun she had with her, and I looked her up and I said, well, as you know, if you are a Wonder Woman collector, whether it's dolls or any other type of merchandise, you know that a lot of the stuff is very expensive, especially this particular doll, if you get her brand new. But I searched and searched, and I came across this one that I got for a really good deal, and she was in great condition, and so I was just so happy. Tommy and I bought her for Mama, and we surprised her. I think it was in February of this year. So I was very glad that we were able to get that for her.
I was too.
So now we are going to bring Wonder Woman on camera, and I'm going to let Mama be in charge of the review because she knows her so well. So we will get her off the stand and we'll be right back. So here's her lovely Wonder Woman doll. She didn't come with anything since I bought her in used condition, but Mama had this little lasso looking string on hand, so that fit perfectly with her. But Mama, go ahead and take it away.
Well, one of the things about this Mego doll, if you ever wanted to comb her hair, that was really a task. Once you took her out of the box and started messing with her hair, that was pretty much it, because it is very coarse hair, and whoever conditioned this hair did a great job. I mean, to me, like Jess said, she is in really good condition. The tiara it just came with like a little black string that would attach around the head. She didn't have any earrings. You know, Wonder Woman always wore the red earrings, and later they started making dolls to have the earrings that you could just, you know, pop right in the ear. But we didn't have that yet in the 70s. So she did come with her bracelets, and as you can see, what I was telling you about the hands, they do move. Jess said, we're not going to move her that much. We're not going to take her boots off. But I can at least show you, they do go from side to side, and her feet would move, you know, back and forth just like that. But as I said before, Mego did have a lot of issues with the hands and the feet. So that was really something that you had to watch out for if you had one of these dolls. Of course, with me playing with her as a kid, you don't think about that. You're just having fun. Not that I was a wild child with my toys. I tried really hard to take good care of my toys, but anyway, we need to get it to where we can show her boots here.
Now, I did buy the boots separately. I got this doll from Macari, and I think I got the boots from eBay. But the doll actually came with everything that you see, except the lasso and the boots.
Let's go back up and talk about her beautiful makeup. They did such a good job with this, I think. And of course, her face was modeled after Linda Carter, the one who did play Wonder Woman back in the 70s. And I think they really did a great job. If those of you who were around back in that day, if you recall, Linda Carter did Maybelline commercials, and she looked just like this to me. I mean, with the eyeshadow, the lipstick, and they also made the eyelashes rooted.
I think that's a pretty cool feature, and in a way I wish they would do more rooted eyelashes. Sometimes I don't really like them on certain dolls, but I think on others they look pretty good. And I know that you can't really get dolls that have rooted eyelashes nowadays unless it's a custom doll or a limited edition doll.
And getting back to Linda Carter, did you know, Jess, that she did not get paid any royalties at all for Mego using her face to make these dolls?
No, that's kind of a shoddy deal right there.
I think so too. I saw an interview one time where Linda Carter was asked about this, and she talked about how women were just not valued very much back then when she was breaking into show business. And so yeah, I think that she really missed out on a lot with the royalties from this doll. But of course, I'm sure she's made up for it. So let's talk about her outfit. As I said before, this particular version of the Mego Wonder Woman doll had the superhero suit painted onto her body, which I think is really cool. They went all the way down here with the yellow.
And one of the only little flaws that this doll had, I don't know if you can really see it that well, it's not that big of a deal, but she had a little spot right here where the paint was missing. And so my sister Mandy tried to color match it as best she could with the paint that she had. And overall, I think that she looks great.
I do too. Very well for 1976 version.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's talk about her pants. They are a lovely shade of blue with the classic white stars, and the material has a nice thickness to it. Well made. It seems like things were put together a whole lot better back in my day. They've kind of changed things now with cheaper. They think cheaper is better, but
we like quality.
Yes, quality. And here on the back, they just had the classic snap closure, and this does look like it's the original snap. But yeah, very, very nicely put together. And these are the original boots. As you can see, they have a little bit of discoloration there, but still in very nice shape. And as Jess mentioned, she did have to purchase these separately, but I'm thankful she was able to find them and find them in such great shape.
Yeah, I was kind of a little bit nervous because I knew that they had different versions of the boots and people were claiming they were the Wonder Woman ones, but I said, I think these are it. And I saw the ones that go with the Cher doll, and they were orange. And so I was trying to make sure that these were, in fact, the red Wonder Woman ones and not just, discolored and they were actually the Cher ones. But Mother confirmed that they are the original. And so I was glad that I was able to find these from a different seller on eBay.
And while we're down here in the foot area, you did mention to me, Jess, that one of her feet did have to be repaired, that the seller told you.
Yep, and I thought that it was repaired very well. You really couldn't even tell that it had been repaired, and so I was very careful when I put the boots on the doll. The other foot worked fine, and it did move a little bit, but I was just nervous.
I haven't even seen it. Jessica said, "You are not going to take these boots off." So I have not touched her except to put the lasso in her hand. So, yes, she is very lovely, and I just can't say enough about her.
As far as her articulation, she does have movement in her head and her shoulders. I don't know if her arms, here bend and snap. Did they? Do you remember? Or were they just straight?
I think they did bend.
And she also has the movement in her waist and bend and snap knees.
Yes.
And of course, like we mentioned, her feet do bend. But we're not going to show any of that. So, yes, that is the lovely Wonder Woman doll. And I'm so glad that we were able to get her and make Mother's dream come true.
I am too.
So before we end the video, just wanted to show you how she looks on the stand, on one of my trusty Amazon stands. And as you can see, she's a really tall doll.
Yes, she certainly is.
She got legs for days. So that's the review of our lovely 1976 Mego Wonder Woman doll. Do you have any final thoughts?
Well, of course, I just want to say again how much I love her. I love the Linda Carter Mego doll so much. And I love you, Jess, for hunting her down for me. That's been a dream come true for me to have her again, and you've made that possible. So you brought a lot of joy to me. And I have enjoyed being on Dolls for Dolls today, and I hope that I'll have an opportunity to come back again soon. Who knows what Jess is going to hunt down for me next.
Yep. So I also want to say thank you for doing the review with me. I had so much fun.
I did.
And I love you, and thank you for always being the Wonder Woman in my life.
I love you. Thank you.
Thank y'all so much for watching. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did or found it helpful, be a doll and hit the like button. Comment down below, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of my/our future videos. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Bye.